All right, let's do a little breakdown action. Turn the music down. Let's see what we got here. All right. Hello. What is up, everybody? Doing a little breakdown of some D&D changes, looking at specifically, we're looking at Rogue, Sorcerer, and Ranger today. So if you haven't checked out our previous breakdowns, this is looking at the differences between the 2014, the 5e version of these classes, compared to the current version of these classes. And the caveat being that I am not an expert at any of these classes, so I'm sure there are some things that I'll be like, wait, that's new. And it's like, no, it actually isn't new. Or things that I think have been in the game that actually haven't been in the game. But let's do this in order of the classes that I know the best, which would definitely be Sorcerer, then Rogue, and then we'll look at the Ranger. Now, depending on your campaign, you might have some players who are indifferent to the changes. Maybe they want to stay with the old version. My two campaigns are pretty split. I have a campaign that's been playing for 3 years and another one that's been playing for a little over a year. And one of them wants to just fully swap, and the other one is kind of mixed on it. So I'd say just check with your players, see what they want to do before you commit to any of this. But all that to say, let's start with Sorcerer. I played a Sorcerer years ago. I really like Sorcerer. Let's see what's changed here. So first of all, sorcerers can prepare more spells now than they could before, and you can switch a cantrip when you level up. This is a great homebrew rule that I've always done for my players, just because it never really made sense to stick them in a certain cantrip permanently. For my players, anytime they level up, they can swap trips like that. But it says more spells. Let's take a look. Look at classes. Excuse me. Got me. Okay. So previously, we could know 2 spells. Now we can know 3, I'm guessing. That's 2. At level 2, we can know more. So 4 spells versus 3 compared to level 5. 5, we can do 6 spells total. Geez, 9 spells by level 5. So sorcerers have quite a few more spells that they can cast. Look at level 10. They can have 11 spells known. Compared to 15. And let's look at 20, 15 spells total. The sorcerer's got quite a few more spells that they can cast. Kind of cool. Use a bonus action to surge in power for 1 minute. That. Ooh, the spell save of your spells increases by 1. You have advantage. You use this feature twice. Dude, sorcerers are going to be awesome. What a cool mechanic. It'll give you advantage on the attack rolls, and it lasts for a minute. So for basically a combat, you get advantage on your attack rolls of your sorcerer spells, and your spell save increases by 1. This is very powerful, especially low level. Meta magic's at level 2. That's at level 3. Your selection can change when you level up. That's pretty good. And more options as you level up. Check the options. If any of these just... If you're not familiar with Warlock, basically you have another resource called sorcery points, and you can burn those sorcery points to modify your spells in ways. So like distance spell, for example, you can burn a sorcery point to double the range of the spell. Or if it's the range of touch, you can burn a sorcery point to make it a 30 range spell. Additionally, sorcery points can be turned into spell slots, and then spell slots can also be turned into sorcery points. So it's a cool little mechanic there. Let's see if any of these stick out as being new. Change it to a bonus action. Seeking spell. That one I'm not familiar with. I don't know if that's new. It is new. Excuse me. Got a cold. Wow. Okay. That's very cool. So this one is new and very cool. If you miss an attack roll, you burn a sorcery point. Re-roll the d20. Must use the new roll. You can use Seeking Spell even if you've already used a different meta. This is incredibly powerful. I'm trying to see if there's any ones they got rid of. Quicken, Subtle, Twin. Full. Okay. Is Extended new? No, it's right there. So Seeking and Transmuted are both new ones. Transmuted being you can change the damage type of a spell. That's very good. Let's see what else is different. Subclass is at level 3 instead of level 1. Fair. Ah. Wild magic subclass. We can find it here. Tonic. Into the Warlock world. Okay, let's see. Dude, some of these are really cool. I've actually never looked at the old ones. We roll a 20, roll. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Regain expended sorcery points equal to half your sorcerer level after a short rest. Powerful. It might have already been some form. Regain uses of innate sorcery by spending 2. You can use 2 meta magic options per spell. Okay. The sorcerer's got some pretty meaningful early game buffs, and I love the meta magic changes. So, big fan of sorcerer. Very cool. Let's go on to the rogue. So there was some chatter about rogues being kind of underwhelming. Let's see if this is the case. So they have their weapon masteries, which not all melee classes got, but barbarians, fighters, and paladins and rogues got. Changes to their subclasses. Ooh, Cunning Strike. You can change your sneak attack damage for 1 of 3 effects: poison, trip, or withdraw. Look at. Go prone on a failed dex save. Okay. Let's look at how that. old version. Is Cunning Strike replacing Cunning Action? I'm assuming it is. Which, if it is, that's a pretty big. You take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can be used to take dash distance. I mean, is it a nerf? Like it kind of is. Let's go back. What it's saying. Let's see. Yeah, I hate that. Sneak attack damage is just crazy strong. When you deal sneak attack damage, you can choose to forgo one or more sneak attack damage to add a Cunning Strike effect. The DC scales off your dexterity. I don't like that at all. I think that's a pretty big nerf. The sneak attack damage is so strong for a rogue. So you can either not do the sneak attack damage and give them poisoned. That's only if they succeed. If you succeed, if they fail on a con save, I should give them disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. It's okay, I guess. A dex save fail, they go prone. Or you can basically do the disengage that you were doing previously. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I rolled a 2, but it's a 37. That's a Liam Bax reference. Pretty sure. Reliable talent at level 7. I just don't know how much people want to burn their sneak attack damage to do these Cunning Strike options. Just don't know. I really dislike that. What was reliable talent again, by the way? Doesn't actually tell me what it is. Actually go. Whenever you make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. Okay, so you get that earlier. Previous. I mean, this is pretty strong considering you can do it every turn. You know, with your sneak attack dice. And the ability just to knock someone unconscious. They fail a con save. I would have limited this to like non-legendary creatures. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty obnoxious for a player to force, you know, your BBEG to burn through their legendary resistance because of the symbol mechanic. Yeah, so I'll have to say, I think Rogue is definitely the biggest loser so far. Rogue definitely biggest, and then Paladin next. Pretty interesting changes. All right, let's look at Ranger. Ranger, I know nothing about. Ranger, I have never played. I've never had one in my party. I only know it from Critical Role. So, let's see. They get spellcasting level 1. Paladin's got that too. They prepare more spells. Okay. You always have Hunter's Mark prepared. Cast it twice per long rest without expending a spell slot. Cool. Choose a creature you see within range. Gives you an extra 1d6 whenever you hit them with a weapon attack. Advantage on them or on perception or survival checks. Okay. They have weapon mastery too. Didn't realize that. Gives you expertise. I didn't realize that Ranger's got a fighting style. I guess it's these. No, yeah, they have a certain fighting style. Pretty interesting. I did not know that. And you can get any fighting style, it seems. It seems like previously you were limited. I don't know. The fantasy behind a ranger who wields a shield, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty niche. So this doesn't really seem like that compelling of a change. Subclasses. There. Primeval awareness. Expertise and 2 more skills. I don't know. I mean, I guess I've just never played with anyone who was too compelled to be a ranger. My understanding of rangers was that they were always pretty mid and unexciting. Like, none of this is really that interesting. Reducing exhaustion by 1 by taking a short rest. I mean, I guess DMs kind of give out exhaustion kind of carefully, only because it's such a constrictive status effect. Doesn't feel good to be exhausted as a player. So, I mean, this is kind of nice, I guess, but not really that interesting. Man, wow. Yeah, no, I'm open to being wrong. If somebody watching is a big Ranger fan, I'd love to know what you think of these changes. As someone who's never played a Ranger and doesn't really doesn't DM with any players who plays a Ranger, I'd love to know your thoughts on the class. I don't know. Seems kind of underwhelming. It's like they get spells a little earlier. No, which is kind of nice, I guess. I don't know. All right. So far, I would say some of the biggest winners. I'd say Monk, absolutely the biggest winner so far. Monks are freaking cool in 2024's D&D. I'd say monks, then probably sorcerers are really cool. I really like the changes to sorcerers. And then I would say probably warlocks. Warlocks look really good. They've only gotten better. They were already an incredibly strong class. Biggest losers, I would say probably rogue first. Second, I would say maybe ranger, in that I'm kind of like, what's going on here? And third, I would say paladins with their divine smite spam being removed. What classes do we have left? We did barbarian. Bard. Cleric, Fighter. Okay, we have Bard, Cleric, Fighter left. That'll be the next one. Bard, Cleric, Fighter. All right. Thank you for tuning in today. Also, Druids got the short end of the stick too. Thanks for tuning in today. Stream later today.